Hello and welcome to my channel. So in this video we are going to discuss about Shatkhandagam and the detour of Shatkhandagam. So I found a very old text of this writing. However, we need to take a detour first because it is said that the Lord Mahavira descended to the earth with the knowledge of these four Vedas. And the Vedas are much older. The Rigveda, the Yajurveda, the Samveda, which are the three main. So let's first look at the Rigveda. So Rigveda basically, these are extremely old, 1000 BC, and in those times they used to pass on these sermons by word of mouth, like in sutras or shlokas form. So let's read from here. It's a very huge book. So we will need to go very fast. So hymn 1. So in hymns they are transferring their knowledge because earlier there were no books. Uh, let's just look over here. This is extremely big document. Extremely huge document. And I'm not going into any summary because I do not want to lose out on the essence of this. So let's go. Okay, all the hymns, see. Soma hath flowed for the invoked of men's feet were sacrificed with both thy coursers. To thee we have the songs of mighty singers imploring in the drink of our liberation. Okay, so let's start at the very beginning of the Rigveda. The Lord Agni, the chosen priest, God minister of sacrifice. Worthy is Agni to be praised by living as by ancient seers. He shall bring hitherward the gods. Through Agni man obtaineth wealth, plenty waxing day by day, most rich in heroes glorious. Agni, the perfect sacrifice which thou encompassest about, verily goeth to the gods. Okay, so what Rigveda, this hymn means, whatever you sacrifice into the Agni, that will go straight to the gods. Through Agni, man obtains wealth. So in India, people do havans where they light the fires, and they will uh, give offerings in that fire. So from here we understand the belief is that it is going straight to the gods. It is an offering to the gods, so that the person who is seeking some blessings, or the person who is seeking something, he can be granted that from the gods. So let's try to understand in more detail. So I do not know what is this Soma drinker. Nigh to the Soma drinker come for his enjoyment these pure drops, the Somas mingled with the curd. Indra bring wealth that gives delight, the victors ever conquering wealth, most excellent to be our aid, by means of which we may repel our foes in battle hand to hand, by thee assisted with the car. So what we understand from here is that it was the time of the kings. All sacred songs have magnified Indra expensive as the sea, the best warriors born on cars, the Lord, the very Lord of strength. So they even like maybe 1000 years BC, 1500 BC, there were soldiers, kings who would be conquering out there, and what I feel it means is that they would be competing against one another, and to win they would need the blessings, because ultimately if two people are fighting, one wins, so one gets defeated, so there is some luck involved also. We choose Agni the messenger, the herald, master of all wealth, well skilled in this our sacrifice. With callings ever they invoke Agni, Agni, lord of the house. oblation bearer, much beloved, bring the gods hither, Agni bound for him who strews the sacred grass. Thou art our herald, meet for praise. Wake up the willing gods, since thou Agni performest embassage. Sit on the sacred grass with gods, O Agni, radiant one to whom the holy oil is poured. Burn up our enemies, whom fiends protect. By Agni is inflamed Lord of the house wise young who bears the gift, the ladle in his mouth. So when they would be offering, giving the offering in the fire, they would be seeking the blessings, seeking some gifts, seeking because here they mentioned that whatever they are putting in the sacred fire is going straight to the gods, and gods have the power to grant boons, increase wealth, give gifts. Visvadevas, to drink the Soma Agni, come to our service and our songs with all these gods and worship them. The, the Kanvas have invoked thee, they, O singers, sing these songs of praise. Agni, come hither with the gods, Indra, Vayu, Brahaspati, Mitra, Agni, Pusan, Bhagadityas, and the Marut host. For you, these juices are poured forth that gladden and exhilarate the meat drops resting in the cups. The sons of Kanva faint for help adore thee, having strewn the grass with offerings and all things prepared. Let the swift steeds who carry thee, thought yoked and dropping holy oil, bring the gods to the Soma draught. Okay, so O Agni, with the Maruts come, no mortal man, no god exceeds thy mental power, O mighty one, O Agni. When the Maruts come, all gods devoid of guile, who know the mighty region of mid-air. Agni, with those Maruts come, the terrible, who sing their song, not to be overcome by might. Agni, with those Maruts come, brilliant and awful in their form, mighty, devourers of their foes. Agni, with those Maruts come, who sit as deities in heaven above the sky vault's luminous sphere, who scatter clouds about the sky away from the billowy sea, who with their bright beams spread them forth over the ocean in their might. For thee to be thine early draught, I pour the soma mingled mead. So let's try to go randomly and find something in this document. I will go random and stop randomly now because this is just too big. So I'm just stopping over here. Law of gods. Sprung from two mothers, wise through all existence, spread resting in many a place, for sake of living men. To Matare Sivan first thou Agni was disclosed, and to Vivasvan through noble inward power heaven and earth. Agni thou madest heaven to thunder for mankind, thou yet more pious Parvaras. When thou art rapidly freed from thy parents, first eastward they bear thee round, and after to the west. For glory, Agni, day by day, thou liftest up the mortal man to the highest immortality. O Agni, highly lauded, make our singer famous, that he may win us store of riches. May we improve the right with new performance. A god among the gods, be watchful for our good. So basically, what they are saying, the fire is, they are praising the fire, and they are treating Agni as a god. They are praying to Agni that whatever they have, Agni should protect it. Okay, we need to go randomly now because it's extremely huge. I'm thinking of a number like 38. So let's go to page number 38 and see what is there, because it's a sea of knowledge, sea of information. Indra, urge us not, Maghavan, to this distressful fight, for none may comprehend the limit of thy strength. Thou with fierce shouts hast made the woods and rivers roar. Did not men run in crowds together in their fear, sing hymns to praise to Sakra, Lord of power and might? Lord, thou and magnify Indra, who hears thee, who with his daring might, a bull exceeding strong and strength, make him master of the heaven and earth. So don't go. Let's go to the top of the page. May we obtain the goddess Providence, the strength of heroes, special source of cattle, rich in steeds. These our liberation, strength inspiring, so much drops gladdened thee in the fight with Virudra, hero lord. What time thou slewest for the singer, who trimmed grass 10,000 varthas, thou resistest in thy might. Thou hast struck down in death Karanje, Purnya in Nathig was very glorious going forth. Unyielding when Regisvan compassed them with siege, thou hast destroyed the 100 forts of Vangrida. So even in 1000 BC, were there forts? Because if it is so old, there could be princely states. So I need to research into that a little bit. May we protected by the gods, enjoying through the flavor lifelong and joyful, and with store of heroes. Okay, so now let me go to page 99, or let me first go to page 57 and see if I can find something that is useful or something that is unique, which we don't find in the text nowadays. Indra, the mortal man, well guarded by thine aid, goes foremost in the wealth of horses and of kine. With amplest wealth thou fillest him, as round about the waters clearly seen afar. So, what they are saying is, they are saying that the Indra uh, God is capable of giving anyone immense riches and wealth. Graciously listen to our Bhagavan, be not negligent, as thou hast made us full of joy, and lettest us solicit thee now, Indra yoke. Thy two base steeds have they eaten and rejoiced. The sages, luminous in themselves, have praised thee with their latest hymn. He will in very truth ascend the powerful car that finds the kine who thinks upon the well filled bowl. Who thinks upon the well filled bowl, what does it mean? Does it mean to look at ourselves as we are brimming, as whatever we have, we are brimming? I do not understand this. These streets be harnessed on the right left. So, okay, now let me go to page number 99 and try to make some sense or find something unique here. I'm not going to the summary because I do not want to miss the essence, because even one hymn can convey us something that no summary can. That is my belief. Okay, so we are on page 99. uh, to him the mighty conquering with victorious strength, to Agni walking with the dawn, who sendeth kine, be sung your Lord. To Agni sung as he who with oblation comes, calls him aloud in every place. Before the brands of fire he shouteth, singer like the herald, kindler of the brands. Agni, behold by us in nearest neighborhood, accordant with the gods. Bring us with gracious love great riches, with thy gracious love. So, by Manu's law was born this Agni, priest most skilled, born for the holy work, and those who yearn thereafter, he born for his own holy work. All ear to him who seeks his love, and wealth to him who strives for fame. Priest never deceived, he sits in Allah's holy place, girt round in Allah's holy place. We call that perfecter of worship by the path or sacrifice with reverence, rich in offerings with worship, rich in offerings through presentation of our food. He grows not old in this his form, the God whom Matar Sivan brought them far away, for Manu brought from far away. That Agni, wise high priest in every house, takes thought for sacrifice. In holy service, he takes thought with mental power for sacrifice. disposer, he with mental power shows all things unto him who strives. Whence he was born a guest, enriched with holy oil, born as ordinator and as priest. The priest they supplicate to grant them wealth. Him dear most thoughtful have made their messenger. Him offering bearer have they made. Beloved of all, who knoweth all, the priest, the holy one, the sage, him friend for help, the gods when they are fain for wealth, him friend with hymns when fain for wealth. So here also they are, I not very sure, but I think they are praying for wealth so that they can be rich. Or whoever is doing the ritual, he wants himself to become rich through the monk who is doing it. Okay, now let's go straight away to the 200 page and see what is there. Let's just stop over here. The cow who wears all shapes in three directions, wearing three mothers and three fathers, singly rooted at. So I'm not able to make any sense of this. Let's go to 200th page. Not as today, tomorrow not. Who comprehends the mystery? We must address ourselves unto another's thought. And lost is then the hope we formed. The Maruts are thy brothers. Why, Undra, wouldst thou take our lives, agree with them in friendly wise, and do not slay us in the fight? Agastya, brother, why dost thou neglect us? Thou who art our friend, we know the nature of thy mind, variety thou wilt give us not. Okay, let's go deeper in this. 200 page I'm trying to go, but something crossed my eyes, and so I stopped. Let us invoke you both this day, and after the priest is here with lords, when morn is breaking. Vedas, ye mighty, let yourselves be joyful, glad in our stream of Soma. Slay the niggards, graciously hear my hymns and invitations, marking, O heroes. Okay, so 200th page, trying to go. And now they are praying to the god Indra. Thou art our own, with thy protection, a guardian near to men who love thee truly. Be Indra called with solemn invocations, the young, the friend, be man's auspicious keeper. With Lord and song let me extol that Indra, in whom of old men prospered and were mighty. May he implored fulfill a prayer for plenty of him who worships of the living mortal. So now we come to learn that they are extolling Indra, they are praising Indra to be the savior, to be the granter of wishes, to be the granter of riches, and so in the next video we are going to uh, study the invocation rituals of Lord Indra. So we started off with Shatkhandagam, but there was reference to the Vedas, and now we have, because Lord Mahavira it is said Lord Mahavira descended to earth with the knowledge of the four Vedas and a number of other things. So we started off with the first Veda, Rigveda. It's extremely huge document. We now have learned that through Agni we can send sacrifices to straight to the gods and seek blessings. We have learned that the Lord Indra can give immense riches, immense wealth, immense health, can save men, make them healthy. So this we have learned so far. So and we can invoke Indra. So this we are I'm planning a next video where I try to research something on this. So yeah, so still we haven't gone to the 200th page. So I'm just trying to go. And now this hymn is dedicated to various gods. Water and milk hath he endued, sent forth to thee. The men have drained him with the filters and the stones. Drink Indra from the Hutar's bowl. First right is shine Soma, hallowed and poured with Vasat and Swaha. Busied with sacrifice, with spotted deer and spears. Gleaming upon your way with ornaments, ye our friends. Drink Soma from the Potar's bowl. In the next video, we are going to first see what is this Soma, what does drinking Soma mean from the Potar's bowl, then what something more about Indra. We are going backwards. So, Shatkhandagam, we haven't even started, but still I am going to title this as the discourse number 1 on Shatkhandagam, because this is the preface to this text, and we do not want to reach at Shatkhandagam unless and until we go through all of these four Vedas at least. We we learn some things, uh, because otherwise we will not understand that fully. All right. So 200th page we have to go. Rigveda, the third book. Okay. Okay, now yeah. So finally we have reached the 200th page. In ladle dropping oil, your food goes in oblation up to heaven. Oblation means offering. Goes to the gods in search of bliss. Agni, I Lord, the sage inspired, crowner of sacrifice through song, who listens and gives the bounteous gifts. O Agni, if we might obtain control of thee, the potent god, then should we overcome our foes. Kindled at sacrifices, he is Agni, hallower, meet for praise. With flame for hair, to him we seek, immortal Agni shining far, enrobed with oil well worshipped, wears the gifts of sacrifice away. The priests with ladles lifted up, worshipping, here with holy thought, have brought this Agni for our aid. Immortal sacrificer, God with wondrous power, he leads the way, urging the great assembly on. Strong he is set on deeds of strength and sacrifices. Led in front as singer, he completes the rite. Excellent he was made by thought, the germ of beings have I gained. Ye and I, sire of active strength, thee have I established, excellent who strengthened by the sage's prayer. The Agni longing nobly bright, Agni the swift and active one, singers at time of sacrifice eagerly kindle with their food. Agni the son of strength who shines up to the heaven in solemn rites, the wise of heart I glorify, me to be lauded and adored, showing in beauty through the dark. Agni the strong is kindled, while Agni is kindled as a bull, like a horse bearer of the gods. Men with oblations worship him. Thee will we kindle as a bull, we who are bulls ourselves, O bull, the Agni shining brightly. Agni, who knowest all, accept our offering, and the cake of meal at dawn's libation rich in prayer. Agni, the sacrificial cake, hath been prepared and dressed for thee. Accept it, O most useful God. Agni, enjoy the cake of meal and our oblation. 3 days old, thou son of strength art established at our sacrifice. Here at the midday sacrifice, enjoy thou the sacrificial cake. Wise Jat Vedas. Agni, the sages in assemblies never diminish the portion due to thee, the mighty Agni. At the third libation, take with joy the offered cake of sacrifice. Thou son of strength, thou skill and song, bear to the gods our sacrifice, watchful and fraught with riches. To immortal God of waxing Agni, nor thou of all accept our gifts, a cake and that prepared yesterday. So they are basically offering uh, the tastiest food. Like, I think by cake what they mean tastiest food which they are offering or putting in the havan. Some offering they are putting which is tastiest, so that it can go straight to the gods. So I think like it means, of course it could mean something completely different. So anyways, now let's quickly go to the page number 250. Okay, before that let's look over here what it's written. This juice hath been pressed for thee with strength, drink of it thou who lovest song. Okay, so we do not know what that means. So the Agni have the gods ever of one accord sent hither down. So uh, they are praising the fire like a god. They are considering equal uh, to that, to like gods, which can bring them uh, what they desire. Okay, so 250 we are going to go. Okay, so what is here on this page? Either let Indra come from earth or heaven, either with speech from firmament or ocean, with one from realm of light, to aid us or from a distance from the seat of order. So again they are referring to higher fortune. So this could be something important, because if that was a time of kingdoms, if that was a time when people were fighting amongst themselves, victory would still be important, resources would still be important, and wealth would still be important. There would be priests who would be doing the pujas, who would be doing the sacrifices, offerings to the gods. Okay, so this much we now let's just straight away go fast to 350th page. Okay, so what do we find here? What deed hath Indra done in the wild transport in quaffing, or in friendship with the Soma? What joys have men of ancient times or recent obtained within the chamber of libation? Libation is what? Is it liberation? In its wild joy, Indra hath proved him faithful, faithful in quaffing, faithful in its friendship. His truth is the delight that in this chamber the men of old and recent times have tasted. All thy vast power, O Madhavan, we know not the riches of thy full abundance. No one hath seen that might of thine productivity of bounty every day renewed, O Indra. This one great power of thine our eyes have witnessed, wherewith thou slewest Varasikha's children, when by the force of thy descending thunder at the mere sound their boldest was demolished. In aid of Abhayavartan Kayamana, Indra destroyed the seat of Varasikha at Hariyupi. He smote the vanguard of the Varsivans, and the rear fled frighted. 3,000 made in quest of fame together on the Yavyavati. O much sought Indra, Varsivan sons falling before the arrow like bursting vessels went to their destruction. He whose two red steers seeking goodly pasture playing their tongues move on twixt earth and heaven, gave Durvasa to Sanjay, and to aid him gave the Vrishvins up to Devavata, two wagon teams with themselves 20 oxen. O Agni, Abhidvartin Kayamna, the liberal Sovrat giveth me. This garden of Prathu seed is hard to win from others. The kind have come and brought us good fortune. Let them rest in the cow pen and be happy near us. Let them stay prolific, many colored, and yield through many mourns their milk for Indra. Indra aids him who offers sacrifice and gifts. He takes not what is his and gives him more thereto, increasing ever more and ever more his wealth. He makes the pious dwell within unbroken bounds. These are never lost, no robber even ever injures them, no evil-minded foe attempts to harass them. The master of the kind lives many a year with these accounts, whereby he pours his gifts and serves the gods. The charger with his dusty brow overtakes them not, and never to the shambles do they take their way. These so cows, the cattle of the pious worshipper, roam over widespread pasture where no danger is. Okay, so let's now quickly go to the page number 450. So this we have to quickly when the frog moistened by the rain springs forward, and green and spotty both combine their voices, and one of these repeats the other's language as he who learns the lessons of the teacher. Your every limb seems to be growing larger as he converses with eloquence. On the water song is cow bellow and goat bleat. The other one frog is green and one of them is spotty. They bear one common name, and yet they vary in talking, modulate the voice diversely as Brahmans sitting round the brimful vessel talk at the Soma rite of Atiratra. So frogs ye gather round the pool to honor this day of all the year, the first of rain time. These Brahmanas with the Soma juice performing their year-long rite have lifted up their voices, and these Advaryus sweating with their cattle come forth and show themselves, and none are hidden. They keep the 12th month's God appointed order, and never do the men neglect the season. Soon as the rain time in the year returneth, those who were heated cattle gain their freedom. Cow, bellow, and goat bleat have granted riches, and green and spotty have vouchsafed us treasure. The frogs who give us cows in hundreds lengthen our lives. The frogs who give us cows, I do not know what this means. Okay, anyways, but we have to finish this because it's going longer and longer. Let's now quickly go to one random page and let's just finish it. Okay, so let's stop over here. One man hath never seen walk, and yet he seeth. One man hath the hearing, but hath never heard her. But to another hath she shown her beauty, as a fond, well-dressed woman to her husband. One man they call a laggard, dull in friendship. They never urge him on to deeds of valor. He wanders on in profitless illusion. The voice he heard yields neither fruit nor blossom. No part in walk hath he who hath abandoned his own dear friend. He knows the truth of friendship, even if he hears her, still in vain he listens. Not knows he of the path of righteous action. Unequal in the quickness of their spirit, are friends endowed alike. Unequal in the quickness of their spirit, are friends endowed alike with eyes and hearing. Some look like tanks that reach the mouth or shoulder, others like pools of water fit to bathe in. They leave one far behind through their attainments, and some who count as Brahmans wander elsewhere. Those men who step not back and move not forward, nor Brahmans nor preparers of libations, having attained to walk in sinful fashion, spin out their thread ignorance like spinsters. All friends are joyful in the friend who cometh in triumph, having conquered in assembly. He is their blame averter, food provider. Prepared is he, and he fit for deed of vigor. One pities his constant task reciting verses, one sings the holy psalm in Sakvari measures, one more the Brahmin tells the lore of being, and one lays down the rules of sacrificing the gods. Let us with tuneful skill proclaim these generations of the gods, that one may see them when these hymns are chanted in a future age. These Brahmanspati produced with blast and smelting like a smith existence in an earlier age of gods. From non-existence sprang existence in the earliest age of gods. From non-existence sprang. Thereafter were the regions born. They sprang from the productive power. Earth sprang from the productive power. The regions from the earth were born. Daksh was born of Aditi, and Aditi was Daksha's child. Yet these he caused all existing things to grow. Then ye brought Surya forward, who is lying hidden in the sea. Eight are the sons of Adit, who from her body sprang to life. So, anyways, we have to stop over here because it has become extremely long, and in next video I'm going to cover like first what is Som and the next Veda.